Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I'm having a little late start. I am leaving DC, going to Richmond, Virginia for the Jesus Girl Summit. Whoop, whoop. So, gotta get my face on, gotta get this day started. But, I close it out. If you were able to wake up this morning and you already know 10 things that God has blessed you with, type in the comments, I got my 10. I got my 10. I read from the devotional Jesus Calling. Let me pull it up. And you're going to get right into our devotional as I put on this face. Okay, y'all ready? When things seem to be going all wrong, stop and affirm your trust in me. Calmly bring these matters to me and leave them in my capable hands. Then simply do the next thing. Stay in touch with me through thankful, trusting prayers, resting in my sovereign control. Rejoice in me. Exalt in the God of your salvation. As you trust in me, I make you feel the feet of a deer. I enable you to walk and make progress upon your high place of trouble, suffering, or responsibility. Okay, let's get into it. When things seem to be going all wrong, stop and affirm your trust in me. Calmly bring these matters to me and leave them in my capable hands. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever been guilty of stressing over something that you have no control over. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're guilty of maybe having some anxiety. You're worrying about something that is out of your control. Someone drop a 1 in the chat for me. Someone drop my 1 for me. Drop a 1 in the chat if we are up at night, tossing and turning, trying to figure out an answer, and we feel like we have to solve the problem, right? The thing about Jesus is he's with you in the good and the bad. But for some reason, we tend to feel like when life's going good, God's blessing us. But then when life is going not so good, we feel like either it's a punishment or he's left us. We always think like he's gone, right? And so here's the thing. God never leaves us. God is with us in the good and in the dark times. And a lot of times, if you are in a dark season, the dark it may seem dark right now. It may seem like you're being punished right now. It may seem like everything is going against you right now. But a lot of times, when you're in your dark, the dark really ends up being something that's good or something that you can learn from. So if anyone is going through a tough time, if anyone is going through a dark season, you have to rely that, hey, you got to remember that God is with you in the dark. God knew that this was coming. So instead of you worrying about what your next move is, instead of you worrying about what's going to happen next and you have no control over it, you have to be able to give it to God. And when we say give it to God, it's not just, okay, God, help me with this as you up all night worrying, as you on that telephone talking about the situation. That's not giving it to God. Giving it to God is literally saying, God, I can't take this. I don't have the answer for this. I don't have the strength to do this. So I need you to go ahead and take this wheel. Take this wheel. And I need you to show me where I'm supposed to go next. I'm supposed to show me, why am I going through this season? What is it? And we have to let it go and just move on. Now, some of y'all may be like, well, that's the hard part. Here's the thing I want y'all to understand. If you are on that telephone talking about your situation, if we are laid up with migraines, tension headaches, no sleep, you are constantly worrying about your situation, how is that solving your situation? Let me know in the chat. Us worrying about it isn't about to solve the situation. So, in actuality, trusting in God should be simple because we don't have the answer. If we had the answer to our situation, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? Now, for someone who's going to say, yeah, girl, but you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I'm going through. It's different for me. I'm going through something that's tough. Well, if you're new to my page, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Three years ago, I left a toxic and abusive marriage. In my mind, I'm thinking we'd be about to be co-parents, business partners, and just move around, right? Just get a divorce like every other divorced person in this world. But God did not want me just to have a regular divorce. And I'm speaking on this now from being 3 years out. I can now see why I'm going through all of this. God wanted me to run away from this entire family. See, when God is moving you, he puts things in front of you to make you move and zig and zag. And sometimes we ignore the things, right? Give me a 2 in the chat if you've ever seen a red flag and you just start collecting it like it's roses. Like you saw it, but they didn't mean it. You saw it, but you always, you can always justify that red flag and white. Is it red or is it orange? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just me? Was I the only person that collected red flags like it was a bouquet or something? Maybe it's just me. But we listen, we don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. And so, because I was a red flag collector, when God was trying to move me, he had to kind of give me something drastic so that I would be able to see, oh, God, you're saying move not now, but right now. Maybe God's been telling you through your dreams and your visions that it's time for you to be an entrepreneur. But you can't quit that job because you got the bills. And then one day you get fired. One day the company goes under. One day you get laid off. And now you over here laid up. Oh my God. Help me find a job. And God's like, girl, I've been telling you to move, but because you didn't move, I had to go close the whole company down just to get your attention. Maybe you've been seen. Let me have some proper grammar. Maybe you have seen multiple signs that a friend may not really be have your best interest. As long as she or he doing more than you, y'all cool. But the second you kind of doing more, your life got more, all of a sudden you kind of catch a little, that little sly hate. And then all of a sudden something comes out where, they just betrayed you. They told a secret. They did something that was the point of no return for you and you cut them off. Maybe you may have been like me. It's time for me to get married. So the first little person you done pick up off the street, you thinking that's them because you just want to be married. And then he has that person walk out of your life. And now you laid up thinking, oh my gosh, my life is over. And God's saying, I purposely closed the door. See, a lot of times our dark times is God closing the door. But if we had stayed in that door, we didn't realize maybe we outgrew that situation. Maybe we had outgrown that position. Like, yeah, you had that job, but they was never going to pay you what you was worth. Or God had to have them fire you to actually go back on Indeed and find you a different job, but a job that was going to pay you what you was worth. A job that was going to, actually value what you bring to the company. Yes, you've been saying you want to be a homeowner, right? And the deal's about to close through, and then at the last minute, something popped up on your credit, and the mortgage didn't go through. So now you laid up, like, oh my God, I'm never going to be a homeowner. And God's like, girl, you're going to be a homeowner. It's just not that home. That home was too small. That home was too small. I need you to dream bigger. So baby, I done. So when it says, hold on, get back to my word. Calmly bring these matters to me and leave them in my capable hands. That means you have to leave it to God. So whatever you're going through, understand God closed that door. He closed the door for a reason. Right? Maybe that door is never supposed to be open. Or your time is done. Number two, if God closed the door, you have to know that he's only closing that door to give you a bigger door to walk in. So when it says right here, leave them in my capable hands, that means, hey God, here's my issue, here's my concern, here's my problem. I'm giving it to you. So we give it to God and we move around. We give it to God and we start living our life. We give it to God and we start focusing on things that we do have control over. We're not consistently talking about our situation. We're not consistently worrying about it, because if you're going to worry about it, then there's no need for us to complain or give it to God if you're going to worry about it. Because if you're worrying about it, you're saying, God, you can't fix this. Then to do the next thing, stay in touch with me through thankful, trusting prayers. So start over. Stay in touch with me through thankful, trusting prayers, resting in my sovereign control. So he's saying, stay with me, still have your walk with me, in trusting prayers, meaning you got to move like the situation's already handled. I guess one thing to give it to God, but you're still walking around here broken. You're still walking around here sad. So giving it to God isn't just like, hey, God, handle this and then woe is me. Giving it to God isn't, being sad and depressed about the unanswers that you have right now. Giving it to God says, hey God, I know you've got this issue. So now I'm about to be focusing on whatever else I have going on in my life. I'm focusing on the good in my life. I'm focusing on what I do have in my life right now. Because see, Satan gets you right here. Satan gonna have you focus on everything you don't have. And he's going to have you forget about everything that God's already given you. That's why every time I wake up and when I start my Bible and visit, I say, drop a 10 in the comments if you can think of 10 things that God has already blessed you with. When I was going through my dark time, when I was going through my divorce, still am going through it, but when I first was going through it and he took all the money out of our account and then he locked me out of my businesses, and then it's like, okay, wait, hold on, we got all this money sitting right here, but you want me to start over from scratch? I don't work 10, 12 years building up this enterprise, but now you want me to start over with zero? Like, this don't, hold on. Like, God, I think you forgot something. Sometimes we be thinking, God, like, hey, God, I need you over here on aisle 7. I think you don't see this issue right here. And God, like, girl, I'm the one that made the spill. So, what I had to realize is God is closing this door for a reason. God is wanting me to start over from scratch. Now, why he wants me to do all that, I don't know. So, God, please show me. Number one, show me why this door is being closed. Show me why these people are doing me so wrong. But more importantly, show me what is my next step. Because if God closed this door, he's trying to have me do something else. So I can either be focused on trying to open the door that God's closing and go into a little tug of war with him and see who's going to win that and who's stronger, me or God. Or I can just say, all right, let me leave this alone. God, show me. All right, cool, God. You close that door. Show me what's next. So I know for me personally, I'm in year 3 of my divorce, right? Like I'm still in it. But the difference is I stopped trying to fight for the business. I ain't got the strength to start over. I ain't got the strength to make sure that my son is good psychologically. I don't have the strength to do all that and be fighting for this stuff. So, hey, God, show me the best attorney. Okay, attorney, I need you to fight. Like, you only call me when you need stuff. My time, my energy has to be focused on moving on. And so then I started focusing on, well, what do I have control over? Well, I have control over my happiness. I got to now start a whole new business. I can either be sitting and be mad about it, or I can say, I started 15 before I can do another one. I can start counting my blessings. No, I don't have the money, but I have my mind. I got that. So whenever you give it to God, you want to focus on what you do have control over. And know that whatever is the answer, whatever, he going to tell you what that is. Okay. Rejoice in me, exult in the God of your salvation. As you trust in me, I make your feet feel like the feet of a deer. I enable you to walk and make progress upon your high places of trouble, suffering, and responsibility. We're going to say that again. As you trust in me, I make your feet feel like the feet of a deer. Meaning, you know how deers have that light feet? I enable you to walk and make progress upon your high places of trouble, suffering, or responsibility. Let's get into it. What God is saying right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just speak. I'm gonna go ahead and just speak from my own testimony, right? What God does, you are going through your trouble period. You lost your job. You lost your house. You lost your friend. You lost your relationship. Your child cutting up. Like whatever is your trouble period, you're in it. You're in it. Although God hasn't given you your answer, let me tell you what God's going to do. When you focus on what you have control over, when you let go, like, hey, God, go ahead and let this go. Let this go. I'm not going to focus on it. I'm going to focus on what I do have control over. God is going to open new doors. Someone type in new in the chat. God is going to open up new doors. See, a lot of times we're looking for the blessing. We're looking for the retribution. We're looking for we're looking to get whatever we lost from a certain person, place, or thing. And God's saying, I'm going to bless you. Don't worry about how I bless you. I'm going to bless you. So for me, going through my divorce, not only was I locked out of the businesses, not only did he take literally everything. I'm talking about furniture. Like, are we really about to argue over these couches and chairs? And he like, I'm gonna take everything. And you know, if you start listening, if you start listening to people gonna be all up in your ear, right? Because they don't have the relationship with God. So I remember when he took all the furniture, like every single thing. And my mama, girl, do you know how much that couch was? That couch, I was tearing up on it. And I'm like, Mom, if you think I'm about to start arguing with some furniture right now, like, girl, I don't have the strength to argue over all this. So here, attorney, here's what we had. Here's the pictures. Move on. Like, whatever happens, it happens. I'm not going to just have all my time and control over what I can't control. He took it. It's gone. So what am I supposed to do? Be focused on what's gone, or am I going to focus on what's in front of me? Let me use my time to go start something new. I'm not giving up. I gave it to God. I gave it to God and my attorney. Here's what we had. Here's the value. Move around. I'm not on the phone talking about, girl, can you believe? Yeah, I can now. It's gone. I'm watching him steal the money from the business. I'm looking on the reports. Am I focusing on the money that's being stolen from me? Or am I going to focus on what I do have control, starting a new business? They're going to steal. I got to wait till a court date and go in, and for whatever reason this judge wants to give them $15 million. What are you choosing to focus on? Because whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you focus on grows. So are you focusing on what you have control over? Or are you focusing on what you lost? But if you gave it to you can't give it to God and then want to man him on how he's doing his job. So when it says give it to God and God will make your feet light like deer, what I did, I literally just said screw it, right? Like, God, if you're telling me that I'm about to work these 12 years and I'm about to lose everything, I need you to help me digest that, okay? I don't understand that, but I need you to help me digest if that's the answer. But Lord, show me what I'm about to do to go pay these bills. And slowly but surely, I would go on Instagram. I started saying some tips. Sometimes no one touched the post. Sometimes they did. And slowly but surely, I kind of got my groove. Okay, this worked. And God is showing me where I'm supposed to go. He hasn't given me the whole blueprint. But slowly, day by day, He's showing me, okay, try this, post this. I would get little thoughts in my mind, try this. And some things worked and some things didn't. And the ones that worked, I kept doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. Now, when He says He gonna make your feet lie like a deer, let me tell you what my God gonna do for you. Y'all ready? No matter how many doors someone closes, they cannot close the door that God has for you. So, I locked out my businesses. I ain't got nothing rectified out of this divorce. He got all the furniture. He got everything. Cool. God has people reaching out to me. God's opening up new doors. Someone type in new. God's opening up new doors. God's having people contact me to do lives with them. I don't know these people. I may have had 8 or 10,000 followers February of 2022. I ain't no influencer. But honey, my God has new doors opening up for me. My God has people, random people that I do not know, have never seen a day in my life, contacting me. Hey, I like the content you're putting out. Can we do a live together? Sure. New doors. So as I'm meeting new people, doing new things, God's blessing me. I'm getting new followers. I'm getting people who don't even know who I am. And they're supporting me. New doors. When I left, I was like, I'm not about to do all the who gonna get the friends. You just take everything, right? You just take everything. Any kind of mutual friend, like I'm not about to go keep telling the story. I'm not trying to prove my point. Like, you done took everything else, take them too, right? I remember I had to go move to a whole new state where I know nobody. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get out the house. I went to a golf tournament by myself. Went to a golf tournament by myself and was paired with 3 people that I didn't know. Loved all 3 people. Loved. One was 2 girls and 1 guy. Me and the girls hit it off. We got kids the same age. Got new friends, same new friends. The guy I golfed with, older guy, loved him. He was a therapist. I was like, let me go talk to someone that doesn't know me, because normally in a divorce, like the divorce is the big whammy, and then you kind of heal from that. But in my situation, like filing for divorce, that just started everything, right? Like every week it was like something new and then something new and then something new. So I was like, I want to just talk to someone that doesn't know me, doesn't know my situation. Because I don't want to talk about the divorce. I want to talk about how do I start where I am now and heal, right? So I'm going to find me a new therapist. God said, girl, here's your new therapist. New therapist. I don't know nothing about being on no online business, but I'm freestyling, right? I'm online. I'm on YouTube University trying to figure out how to get a funnel, how to sell something. New business. I got this son. I'm trying to have him. Okay, how are we going to find some friends? Like, we're in a brand new space, blah, blah, blah. The house we live in was a brand new subdivision, but guess what? That's how God works. When we moved in, we were like the 3rd house on the block, but they were still building the block. Like it was just dirt. So we were in Texas for about 2 months, going back and forth for court dates for the business and the divorce. And so when we came back, the subdivision was built out, and we got about 10 to 12 homes that all have boys my son's age. Someone type in new friends. As I'm out here, out of this toxic marriage, if you've never been in something that's toxic, just stay out the comments. Just stay out the comments, because who is this? Thank you, Haga Blue MG. New home. I forget new home. New home. Once I got out of the dysfunction, it was like the second I left, it was like I could finally breathe, right? Like all the chaos, all the noise, if you've never been in something toxic, just keep on scrolling. If you have, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So me leaving was like a breath of fresh air. It was like, oh, I could just think, I could have my thoughts. And then now that I have my thoughts, I can think. I was like, oh, I had a whole new mindset. Like all this time, for years, I had that toxic mentality of what love was. Love is sacrificing yourself, and you put your dreams and stuff on the back burner, and you make sure that everyone else has what that is not love, right? So God had to give me a new mindset. Someone type in new mindset. I said, I'm about to focus on joy. Joy can have wants. It's not illegal for joy to have dreams. Joy should be able to, work on things. So, although still going through a divorce, right? Nothing is resolved. But when I stopped focusing on the door that God closed, when I stopped focusing on things that I had no control over, and I started focusing on what was new. New mindset, new home, new friends, new business, new way of thinking. New self-care. I didn't do any kind of self-care that I was married because I was always having to do something for him, right? Now, I'm golfing, Pilates, traveling, new life. But the devil wants you to believe that whenever the door is closed, that you're missing out on something, right? Oh my God, you ain't gonna have this, you ain't gonna have that. And God's saying, baby, I got something new. I got something new for you, right? New doesn't mean that the old was bad. My old was bad. But everyone's old ain't gonna be bad, right? Sometimes you just outgrow things. Like you may have a real cute outfit for your child right now, right? But if your child is a size 6 and now they're a size 10, the outfit ain't gonna fit them no more. Ain't nothing wrong with the outfit, but it just means it's not gonna fit them no more. Some people, some things, some places, some jobs, some partnerships, some business ideas, some things just don't fit you anymore. But when we're so used to being in it, we keep squeezing in it. We keep squeezing in it. And God's like, I got something new for you. I got something new for you. So when it says, I make your feet like deer, when God gives you your new, when God restores your mindset and gives you a new mindset, all that negativity is gone. All that lack is gone. God gave me a whole new business. I get paid to be on Zooms. Someone say new money. I'm so used to having to be at the dealership, be at the collision shop, be at the salon. I'm used to having to be somewhere to make money. God said, girl, I'm about to have you make money on Zoom. You're going to travel. I'm on the road right now for 12 days. I left on Saturday. I was in Atlanta Saturday to Monday. I left Monday. I flew to D.C. I'm in D.C. I'm leaving D.C. now. About to go to Richmond. Let me tell you the real blessed thing. I was in Atlanta speaking at an event, talking about new opportunities. Then I went to, it's just way too dark. I always do too much. I just never want the makeup process to end. I just keep putting more and more on. That was too much. I then left Atlanta to come to D.C. to do a whole new photo shoot content. New content loading. Someone say new content. Now I'm leaving D.C. about to go to Richmond, Virginia to go speak at the Jesus Girl Summit with Dr. Medina Pullings. New opportunity, new people. Girl, I'm on stages in the divorce. He still has everything, but God's gonna make you new. So you gotta be okay with getting rid of the old because God got something new. He got something new, and although new may be scary, new may be like I'm not used to this. Sometimes what you're used to, you've outgrown. But if you have a relationship with Jesus and you know that he's never gonna take anything from you without replacing. He's never going to do anything against your will. He's never going to do anything that's going to hurt you. It may hurt in the season that you're. Who is this? Thank you, Hagen Blue. New platforms. So although you're going through it, he's gonna make your feet light like a deer. You are not gonna be full with anxiety. You are not gonna be laid up sad. It's to the point where with my attorney call, I used to be like blowing her up. When is the next court date? What's going on? It's like, hey girl, what's up? Oh, okay, it's like, baby, whenever it happens, it happens. I really don't care because God has given me a whole new, brand new life. I'm not even worried about this stuff no more. Like if it comes, it comes. Give me a little trust. I don't even need it. You can just go to Deuce. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about it. That's my God, right? And so I share my story. I share my testimony because If God can do it for me, he can do it for you. If God can do it for me, he can do it for you. If God can do it for me, he can do it. And I'm in the smoke happy. I'm in the fire happy. So imagine when I signed the dotted line. Imagine when I can stop saying I'm 3 years. When I can say I'm divorced. Like that chapter is closed. That door is done. Imagine how I'm going to feel then. It's like, well, God, how much more are you going to bless me? I can't take no more good news. Like, how much more are you going to? I went to an event in Atlanta, just meeting new people, meeting people I've already known. Pastor Sarah and Natalie. And I ran into Lisa and Nicole. It's just God. God just keeps blessing me. Because I'm open to the new. So, my challenge for everyone who's on this live today, who is going through a dark time, who's going through something that, you feel like you shouldn't be going through, or you're going through something sad. I feel you. Life be lifing, right? My question is, are you going to give it to God? And then take your hands off it, right? Are you going to give it to God and take your hands off it? Are you going to give it to God and focus on what's new? Are you going to give it to God with a peaceful spirit and stop worrying about it? Or are you going to give it to God but you still have your hands on it? You're going to give it to God and you're going to still worry. You're going to give it to God and you're going to keep knocking on that closed door. You're asking God, please close the door. Please open the door that you're trying to close for me. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. But you have to have that relationship with Jesus. You got to know that, whatever God has for me is for me. Whatever he's doing is for my benefit. It may not make sense. It may not make sense. This didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. You have to just stay in it a little bit longer. And if I'm being transparent, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, I ain't going to lie to you and say, oh, just trust God and he's going to make your path easy. I ain't going to lie to you. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I will promise you it will get better. Slowly, your life will change. Don't look for God to answer your problem. Don't ask for God to show you the end result. Just ask for God to show you your next step. What's the next move I'm supposed to do? What's the next thing I'm supposed to do? What's my next step? All you need is a step in the right direction. And then step after step after step after step after step, you're going to start seeing, oh, wait, okay, God. I didn't cry today. Okay, God. I wasn't as angry today. Okay, God. I kind of went through the whole day and really only thought about my situation 2 times instead of 20 times. Okay, God. And slowly but surely, God starts to open doors. God starts to heal you. God starts to put people in your life. God starts to give you ideas. God starts to have you dream again. And that's what it means that he will make your feet light as a deer. I enable you to walk and make progress upon your high places of trouble, suffering, or responsibility. So that's August 6th of Jesus Calling. The text they have down here is Job 13:15 and Psalm 18:33. So I'm about to get on the road, y'all, and go to Richmond, Virginia at the Jesus Girl Summit. Meet me there or beat me there. Dr. Medina Pullings. What is the name of the church? Dr. Medina Pullings. JesusGirlSummit.com. This baby. Now let me tell you about this summit. Y'all just need to go. Y'all just need to come. It says it starts today. Just come today or tomorrow, but just come come along. 3 years ago, I was going through when I first started going through my divorce, I was drained, I was tired, and I said, I need to be around some Christian women. So I saw this, first of all, Dr. Regina Pone, she's like the cutest little thing. She's like a little Christian Barbie. I'm like, oh, she's cute. So I went to this conference by myself, a new conference by myself. And when I tell you the word, like for someone who's looking for like the word, like I need the word. Baby, she brought the word, all the speakers she had. I was like, honey, is Jesus here? Like I had never just heard pastor. I had never heard I've never been in an environment like that. Didn't know nobody. Just went like I need to be restored. And as I'm there, God had me, be around someone who knew her, and I ran into her, and she asked me how I was, and I told her the truth, like a girl, like I'm going through blah blah blah, but God's gonna be with me. And she threw her hand on my head, and she prayed for me. And it was like, after she prayed for me, I just felt all this anxiety just leave my body. And the crazy part is the very next weekend was a court hearing. And right after she prayed for me, I got a call from my attorney. And he said, hey, the court hearing has been changed. It's a 90-day reset. And this is year one where I'm still trying to show them. I'm still trying to be at every court date. And I'm like, it got reset for 90 days. And normally, because for some reason, this judge, he just resets court dates all day, every day. Like every court date is reset. Normally, it may be 2 weeks. They said 90 days. And normally, I'll be laid out. Mom, they done reset the case. I told my judge, oh, okay. And I went right back to the conference. And it was like I wasn't worried. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't mad. It was like all of that was just gone. So some of y'all need to be in some new environments, new places, new people to get some new restoration. And once you get that new restoration, it's going to give you the energy to keep on going and to actually walk into where you're supposed to be, into your purpose. Walk into your new. I should write a book called New. A book called New and make the NEW stand for something. That's gonna be good, huh? Let me get to the lab. New. All right, y'all. Let me get these. I gotta get out of here. So if y'all are tired, y'all are drained, y'all want to be revived, just get a train, bus, plane. Get to Richmond, Virginia, Jesus Girl Summit. It's going to transform your life. They also have a virtual. They got a virtual option, I think, for $80. So go to JesusGirlSummit.com and you can watch it virtually. It will change your life. The people that Dr. Medina is connected to will change your life. Like just the way that they bring the word, the authenticity, I just love it. Love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend. All right. Everyone have a great, what day is it? Where am I? Everyone have a great Wednesday. Tonight I'm having my free masterclass. If y'all want to learn how to structure, fund, and market your business, comment bank in the comments. Normally it's on Thursday, but I'm going to be at the event Thursday, so I'm having it tonight on Wednesday. All right. Everyone have an awesome day, and I will, of course, see you at the bank. Bye.